So let me select them all and delete. Here it is. So here goes. First one is if statement, simple if. Second one is if else. Third one is if else if. Okay, I want to make sure whether it is recorded. Okay, and next one is nested if. So these all we studied in our Java language essentials. On top of this, we have another one here in C#, that is a ternary operator. Ternary operator. Ternary operator. Yeah. So here, if statement is these statements are used for making decisions. The program will make a decision based on these instructions. The first one is let's see, if statement. So if statement, also called as simple if statement, it checks for a condition and execute the statement. So here we have a comparison operation, right? Comparison. Here goes a comparison. Comparison, SION, right? Comparison. And if the result of this comparison is true, the following line, only one line, following line will be executed based on this condition, right? If we have this statement enclosed within curly braces, you can have more than one line of code to be executed based on this if statement. So if you don't have a curly brace, it doesn't have a code block. At that time, only the very next line will be executed. If you have these curly braces added, the set of statements within these curly braces will be executed when the result of this operation, comparison operation, becomes true. You might remember this. Yes or no? You remember, right?
Yes, sir.
That's fine. So the real world implementation or an example for these may be maybe comparing a person's age or comparing something like that. So let me start my Visual Studio application, and let me resize it to fit my screen so that you can see. Come on, buddy. Again and again and again. It's giving me problem. The size. Because I changed my monitor, that gives me some trouble. Okay. That's fine. So go here, file, and close solution. That closes existing solution. And I'm going to create a new project. And in the project, I'm going to use .NET Framework, Windows application, C#, and desktop application. And I'm going to choose Windows Forms applications, .NET Framework one. Click next. Create a project inside teaching, visual programming, 21 exercise files. And let me create. I'm going to create a new project. Now I want to have a program. I want to have a program like this. A program with like this, where I want to have, say for example, it asks for a number. We are entering a number, and it displays whether a number is greater than a value. Say for example, we are going to have enter number or something, and we say result. Okay, so let us compare whether the number is greater than or equal to 100. If the person enters 90, it should display less than 100. Less than 100. Fine. So we need two labels, two text boxes, and we can have a button here, process or something, process. Fine. So here the project is created with the form on. And yes, any question? Fine. So I'm going to have two labels, two text boxes, and a button. Or we can have one or two or three button, clear and exit, like that. So I'm going to hit this properties window, make the solution explorer hide, label enter a number. It's a semicolon, make it a colon. Fine. And here we can have results. And I'm going to have this text box over here and this text box over here. And I'm going to give a name for the text box, number text box. Here I'm going to have a little wider results text box. So here I'm going to call it as simple if 22033. Fine. Make this maximize box and minimize box fly away. Right. Here I'm going to have a process clear and exit. I'm going to make them all equal. I'm selecting them. Make vertical spacing equal. Fine. View. So tab stop edit. Click on this. Tab index 0. Tab index 1, 2, 3. Here tab stop. We don't want this to stop. Save the work. Run the project. My screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
That's cool. So here the program is running, and I'm keeping on pressing this tab key. Fine. So let me go to this, double click on this process button, where we are going to have a variable, say for example, decimal number equal decimal dot pass number text box dot text. So any doubt about this line? No doubt, right? We are getting the input from text box, and we are converting it to decimal, and then we are assigning the value to a variable called number. It is of decimal data type. Now we are going to do the comparison. I'm going to type if. Okay, I'm typing if, and I'm going to press my tab key twice. I'm pressing my tab key twice. Okay, automatically the code is added. Now I'm going to compare if number greater than or equal to 100. So by the way, you might remember the comparison operators, right? Comparison operators, you might remember in a case greater than, come on, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to, right? Not equal to. Okay, because sometimes the syntaxes differ. Okay, not equal to. So the same we are going to apply here. If the number is greater than or equal to 100, we are going to say the results text box. So text equal greater than or equal to, not like that, greater than 100, greater than 100. Let's make it as only greater than 100. Okay, save the results and 100, process 101, process. So you see, if I type 100 or less than 100, it's not going to anything. It's not going to do anything. Let us clear first. Number text box dot clear. Results text box dot clear, so that the contents in the results text box is cleared. 100, nothing happens. I'm clicking on this, nothing happens. 1001, process greater than 100. Okay, so let's cut this and go back to this clear button and paste this. Number text box dot clear. So instead of this, what you can do is dot text equal clear. This will also do the same job. Okay, this brings the focus to the text box. Again run. 100, nothing happens. 1001 or 101, process greater than 100. 99, process, nothing happens, because we have told the program to execute this line of code if the value of number is greater than 100 only, right? So that is the simple if, this one. So in the case of giving alternative solution, if the value is greater than 100, do this. Otherwise, do something else. That is done by this else clause. The second one, else clause. So let's modify this code. I'm going to have else. Press the tab key. Otherwise, results text box dot text less than or equal to 100. So here we are talking about greater than 100 only. That's why greater than 100. Otherwise, less than or equal to 100. Save the work, run the project. 100 less than or equal to 100. 1001 greater than 100. Okay, this is how it works. Any question, doubt? Any doubt? Please ask me if there's any doubt. Any doubt? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Fine. So let us do another example on this, where we can have a program to compare. Let's have. Let me think of a program, right? So a program that asks for sales amount. Okay, sales amount is to be entered. Sales amount and discount amount, and then net amount. I don't know whether it's spelling AMOUNT. Okay. So here we have three boxes. So let's compare. If the sales amount is greater than or equal to 10,000, if the sales amount is greater than or equal to 10,000, the discount rate is going to be 5% or 7%. 7%. If it is less than 10,000, the discount rate is going to be 5%. Okay. So greater than 10,000, 7%. Less than 10,000, greater than or equal to 10,000, it's going to be 7%. Less than 10,000, it's going to be 5%. So if a person enters 10,500, it should calculate at the rate of 735. Okay, 7. If the person enters 10,000 or less, the discount amount should be calculated at the rate of 5. So how many variables we need? How many variables we need?
3 variables.
Yeah, for sales amount, discount amount, and net amount. Okay, so 3 labels, 3 text boxes. We can have 3 buttons and 3 variables. Fine. So let me add a form to this project. I'm going to right click on this project, add item, add and form. I'm going to right click on the project, add form. The form is asking for a name. Let's stick to the default form 2. Add. Now the form is added. Save the work. If you run the project, the previous form runs. Okay. So if you want to, this is called startup form. Startup form. We call it startup form. So if you want to make this form 2 as the startup form when you run the project, you have to go to this program.cs file. Program.cs file. Double click on this. Here browse up to this application.run method. Here it is form 2, form 1, make it as form 2. Save, close this and run. The second form will be running. Right. Now we will go back to the prototype 3 labels. 3 buttons over here, 3 labels we need, and 3 text boxes. Cool. Now we will have the properties window. Push pin it, enter amount, discount amount, in the sales amount we will make it sales amount, and we say net amount. So from the sales amount, the discount amount is going to be deducted and net amount will be found. And let's arrange this. I'm drawing a marquee over here and align it to left and make the vertical space equal. Again, I'm going to arrange this so that they are on the same line. Fine. Little bit, yeah. Come on, yeah. Yeah, good. Let's have this button over here or over here. Draw marquee, bring them here. And you see, the top line is here, and this line is over here. So what we can do is we can make it a little down, and I'm pressing Control and clicking on this, make them equal. So these lines are on the same line margin, bottom margin. So still I can adjust the space, vertical space, and I'm going to drag them over here, make it a little compact, and get rid of this minimize box and maximize box. Let's say sales calculator, not sales calculator, Sabraz, net amount calculator. Fine. Text box, sales amount text box. Please don't be lazy in typing a complete name, because when you have more controls, you will not be identify them easily. That's why we are giving a comprehensive name. Discount. In some programming books, you might find TXT discount, like this. TXT means text box. This one is, sometimes you will find CMD process or BTN process. These are old fashion of giving names, but the convention has changed. So we are going to give us discount amount text box, because since there are a great number of controls available here, prefixing the control is not a proper way, right? Net amount text box. Here we have a process button, clear button, exit button. These are names, and we will set the corresponding text properties as well. So this is going to be exit, this is going to be clear, and this is going to be process. Well, let's set the tab index property 0, and then we are not going to give any input here, so no need for tab to step there. 1, 2, and 3. Here these guys are going to be having no. Fine. Run the project. That's cool. I'm going to give the exit code. This dot close. This means the current form. The current form. That means that this keyword means the current form. Today I want to show you something new, right? I want to give you something new. That is, when I select this form, look at the screen carefully. When I select this form, the form's properties are listed, as you know. Here we have one that is called accept button, right? Accept button, which means when the form is running, if you press enter key on the keyboard, which button's process you would like to trigger. So if I give the input and press my enter key, automatically the code behind this process button should be executed. So I'm going to say process button, right? That is one. Another is cancel button. When you press the escape key on the keyboard, which button's code to be executed? So when I press escape key, my form, the project should stop. So I'm going to keep this exit button. Run the project. I'm pressing escape key. Run this. You see my mouse is not going here. My mouse is over here. I'm pressing escape key on the keyboard. Automatically, the exit button function works. Okay, fine. Let us continue with the program. We need three variables. They can be decimal data type. So double click on this. Collapse this. Decimal sales amount, comma, discount amount, comma, net amount. Sales amount equal convert to decimal. This is one method. This is also one method of converting. Let me go to the previous method of usual method of doing it. Pass. Sales amount text box dot text. So we have taken the input, right? Next, let's initiate this variable, right? Let's assign a value and initiate this and see what happens. If sales amount greater than or equal to 10,000, sales amount greater than or equal to 10,000, 100,000, 10,000. If it is so, we will initiate this as well. Right. Discount amount equal 7%. 7% means 7 divided by 100. This is going to be 0.07. Okay, 0.07. Sales amount multiplied by 0.07. Okay, why it is showing? Operator asterisk cannot be applied to operands of decimal and double. Why is that? Let's see. Let's see what happens. Else discount amount equal sales amount multiplied by 0.05 multiplied by 0.05. Here also same issue. Okay, let's see what happens here. Fine. Again, net amount equal sales amount minus discount amount. The previously we had the conversion issue. Conversion issue we had. Otherwise, what we could have done is we could have made them as decimal, but by converting them, having that decimal keyword here, and we don't have to do it. Now we have processed the input. Now it's time to show the output. Discount amount text box dot text equal discount amount dot toString, and let's say currency. Okay, and net amount text box dot text equal net amount dot toString C for currency. Save the work, run the project. I pressed the enter key on the keyboard. I pressed enter key, right? Now I'm going to change this 500. My mouse is here. My mouse pointer is here. I'm going to press enter key. It is calculating. If it is 10,000, 7% is calculated. If it is 1,000, 5% is calculated. This is how the if else clause works, right? Any doubts? Please ask me. Any questions? Any question? Please talk to me. If there is any question, please ask me.
No, sir.
That's good.
No, sir.
Others? Fine. And we will have a 2 to 3 minutes break and come back. Huh?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Good. Welcome back. Now I would like to show you a new thing that is an event. It is a new event. Let me switch off my video and share the screen. It's a new event that is called form closing event. Okay, form closing event, form closing. Okay, there's another event called load, form load. These are events related with the form closed. Okay, let's see where we can find these events. So when you click on these form control, and go to its events properties here. Here you see properties. Here you find the flash icon, means events. If you click on the flash icon, you will see all the events associated with the form. It has a click event as well. If you click on button, you will see the all corresponding events of the button. We have given a code for these click event. So that's why it is highlighted with a bolded text. If you click on form, there's no events given. Say for example, we want to display a message when the form is loaded, which means started. So for that, I'm going to go here. It's called load event. So I display the properties window. It's already the hench is there, properties icon. Here I'm going to click on events, the flash icon. The corresponding events are listed. I'm browsing to load event, and I'm going to double click here. On the load, I'm going to double click so that the form load event is created. Here you see buttons click event. Here we have forms load event, right? So here I'm going to say, what I'm going to say is I'm going to display a message box, right? So we can create a message box by typing message box dot show. Okay, message box dot show. This is one method. Another method is typing mbox, mbox, and pressing the tab key twice. Both of them will bring this message box class and event. And here show event. Here I'm going to say the display text. What we can say: welcome to sales calculator. Okay, welcome to sales calculator. Save the work and run the project. So initially, when before the form is shown to you, while the form is loaded, it displays a message, welcome to sales calculator. This message is here. By default, it has a one button. It's called OK button, right? OK button. And it doesn't have any caption here, no titles. I'm pressing OK, and then form is shown. Now I'm going to modify this by typing a comma, and I'm going to say welcome or greeting. Okay, greeting. Save the work, again run this. Okay, here you see welcome to sales is here and greeting is here, caption. OK button, that is default, right? Again I'm going to close this. Then I'm going to type another comma and say message box buttons. OK is here. I can have more buttons. OK cancel, right? OK cancel. I'm going to bring this to next line. Okay, save the work. So when you're going to bring it to the next line, you have to press enter key before or after this, okay, not in the middle. It will create a problem, right? In this case it is okay, here it is a problem, right? I want to press message box and tab key to align it. Now I'm going to click start. You see, OK and cancel buttons are here. If I say yes, you see, yes, no, cancel, like that. So yes, no, and run this, it will show you yes, no. Okay. If you say yes, no, cancel, yes, no, cancel, it will display yes, no, cancel, 3 buttons, right? So here I'm going to have OK, right? So it will display OK button. Also, I'm going to have information icon that is called message box icon. Message box icons. Dot. There are different types of icons that you can have. I'm going to have a exclamation icon. Okay. Save and run. This is also added. Okay. So that's how it works. Like that, while cutting this, I'm going to remove this, cut this. Don't delete this, don't never ever delete this event. If you delete, you will get an error, you will have to remove it later on. So without deleting, I'm just cutting this work and go into this form. Here I'm going to pin this. Now I'm going to trigger on form closing event, right? Form closing event, not closed event. Closing event means excuse me, closing event means before the form is closed, what to do. Before the form is closed, what to do. So there I'm going to paste this, right? I'm going to paste this and I'm going to modify this. Are you sure you want to exit? Okay, are you sure you want to exit? And exit will be the caption. Here we don't have yes, no, right? Or we can have yes button. Oh, yes, no, right? Yes, no. So it will display yes, no button. Here I'm going to have question mark, question, right? Let's run this project and exit. Before the form is closed, it is displaying all these. Are you sure you want to exit? It is here. Exit, it's here. Message box buttons, yes, no, they are here. Icon question mark, it's here, right? When you click on this yes, this message box will return something. It is called dialog result. Okay, that's called dialog result. It can be used like a variable, right? It can be used like not a variable, like an enumerator. It has a OK value, yes value, no value, cancel value, like that, like an enum, enumerator, enum, enum, enum. It has different options, varieties, right? Options to select. So if you press yes, click on yes, it will return the dialog result will return yes. If you click on no, the dialog result will return you no. So we will see how we can make use of this, right? So I'm going to declare dialog result. Okay, this is a variable, and result equal this one. So instead of these two lines, I'm going to have like this. Okay, dialog result, or what we call answer, whatever you like. Answer something. Better we can have result. Okay, that's the usual word used, right? So we can use the if condition. If by the way, I would like to show you form closing event arguments. It has a variable called E. We are going to use it E, right? Event, form closing event, right? Form closing event. If result equals operator, comparison operator, equals operator, dialog result dot yes. If the user clicks on yes button, what to do? The event is going to be cancelled, can be cancelled, event dot cancelled is false. So automatically, without cancelling the event, the form will be closing, right? Without cancelling the event, the form closing event is an event, and without cancelling it, which means false, the form will be closing if the user clicks on yes button. Otherwise, else e dot cancel equal true, which means, right, it will not cancel the event automatically, it will stay, right? Let's run this. Exit, yes, exit, start, exit, no, it won't exit. Click exit, no, it won't exit. If you click exit, yes, it will exit. Run again, close. This also causes the closing event, right? Yes, it closes. Close. No, it won't close. I'm pressing escape key. No, it stays. Escape key. Yes, it goes out. All of them does the same job, right? All of them does the same job. This is how we can use these message box as well as form closing event. Okay, so how we access this form closing event? In the design view of the form, we went to this properties window, we clicked on this flash icon, we browsed through to the form closing event, double clicked on that, and then in this event we entered the following code. Let me copy this code and go to this code share and select all, backspace, copy the link, come back here in the chat window, paste to everyone. Please check whether it is working, this site. Please confirm whether it is working, the site. Somebody please confirm. Is it working?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's fine. Any doubt? Any question? So please try this out. Please try this out, and if there is any question, let me know. And another thing that I wanted to discuss today is another control I want to show you. That is a radio button. Branching is there, ternary operator you will see later on. I want to introduce a control that is yeah, graphical user interface design. Today we will see a radio button. Okay, radio button. Have you seen these buttons?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is called radio button. Previously they were known as option button, right? Option button. We use these buttons to make allow the user to make a selection, right? Make selection. The user can select a mutually exclusive option, which means at a time one button can be chosen. The option cannot be male, both male and female. The gender can either be male or female or female, whatever. But they can't select male, female, and other at the same time. That is called mutually exclusive. At a time, only one radio button can be selected within a container, right? At a container level. So form container, group box container, they are different containers, right? So radio button control provides a round interface to select one option from a number of options. Radio buttons are usually placed in a group or on a container such as panel or a group box, because at container level they are mutually exclusive. I will show you how and why it works like that, how it works and why we use group boxes. And when a radio button is selected, it is called checked, right? Checked means this is checked, this one is unchecked, right? We check whether using a if clause, we check whether the control is checked or not, right? So if it is checked, what to do? If it is not checked, what to do, right? So here we have a program written. So unfortunately, it is reading as 31043. For previous batches, we had the subject in third year, first semester. Now we have in second year, second semester. So if the person clicks on male and clicks on choice button, it should show you are a male. If the person chooses female and clicks on this button, it should display as you are a female. Code is here, radio button dot check is simple, so simple. Let's see how this works in our program. I'm going back to my solution explorer. I'm adding another form. I'm going to right click on these projects and point to add and choose a form. Here I'm going to give a name, radio button form. Okay, radio button form. Click add so that this form reads as radio button form. Let me resize it, and I'm going to choose diagonally and double click on this program.cs file, access this form, double click to select it, radio. Here, radio button form, press tab key and press Ctrl S to save the work. My program looks like two radio buttons, text box and button. Okay. So I have here you see radio button R, one for male, another for female, and a text box and a command button. Fine. It reads as male, female, and text box results. Okay. So I'm unpinning this, pin this properties window. So here it is a male radio button. This is going to be female radio button. They are names, and I'm going to set the text property. For any control, the display item is called text property. In earlier, those days, when Visual Basic 6 was there, they were called caption, and this is text, this is caption, like that. Now everything is text property. So I'm going to locate this text property. This is going to be a female, and for this is going to be male. The name of the text box is excuse me, results text box. This is going to be a show button. Show button, and this is show. Radio button example. Maximize box, no. Any mask box? No. Run the project. It works. You see, here, if I bring my mouse to the border of this edge of this border, it becomes a double-headed arrow, which means it can be resized, right? And here also it applies true. Here you can resize. This is the border of the phone, right? Border of the phone. Let me close this. Click on this form and go to its form border style. You see, form border style, it is reading as sizable. You can size. Let me make it as fixed single, fixed dialog, fixed dialog, and save and run. When I bring my mouse here, it doesn't show you the resize handle. So this means the form cannot be resized at runtime, right? So it is form border style. Today we have seen some more things: form closing event, form load event, and the dialog results construct, as well as form border style, accept button and cancel button, like that, right? So maybe let me make it small and save this. Start. So when it starts, it is male is checked and female is not checked, right? So if you want to override this, what you can do is at the design time, you can select this female and go to its checked property, and it is reading as false, and male checked property, it is also reading as false. But at runtime, it defaults to the one selected. So if you want to override to female, select this, go to check property, double click, so that it becomes selected. Why still it is showing male? Cannot be. Maybe the tab index causing the problem. You see, here female is selected by default. Okay. If you want to override this, you select this one and make it as checked. Here it becomes false. You see, if you check this true, this becomes false. Okay. So let us make this male as checked, because since it is the first one. Run the project. Now, if I click on this, it should tell us you are a male. If you click on this and click on this show button, it should display you are a female. Okay. Let me go to the code. We have a condition: if male radio button dot checked, which means if it is checked, right? Otherwise we have to give equals true. No need to give like this, just we can call checked, right? If it is checked, results text box dot text equal you are a male, buddy. Okay. Else results text box dot text equal you are a female, baby. Female. Fine. Save. Run. See, that's how it works. And we had this one. At a time, only one radio button can be selected within a container. That's a magical clause. Okay. So say, for example, you want to have degree type as well. Degree type as well. We are not going to have any code, but I want to have degree. BBA, BCom, and BSc. Okay. BBA, BCom, BSc. Let me give some names, not names, a text property at least. BSc in MIT. BCom. BCom. Let's say BBA. Okay. And we want the user to select this also. So it's going to be a gender. This is going to be a degree type, right? So in that instance, what we can do, let's select, run this and try to select. At a time, only one can be selected. So it means at a container level, only one radio button can be selected. Okay. So here the container is the form. You can have small container within a form, right? Those containers are available under the containers group. Here you see containers, panel, split container, tab control, flow, like that, flow layout. We already use this group box. Let's have group box here. Set its caption or text to degree. Okay. And I'm going to select them, drag them, and release my mouse on top of this container. And now I'm going to move it. It moves, which means these controls are within the container. Save the work. Start. This can be selected. This also can be selected. Right? That's how it works. And we will default it to BSc in MIT. Checked equal true. Also, we can have these controls inside another group box. Let's make it small. Oh, let's make it bigger. Gender. Fine. Drag and drop. Bring it here. Align it. Make this text box over here. That's cool. And this one will be here. Save. Run. See? They are here. So this is how we can have another here. Let's call these BDA radio button, BCom radio button, BSc radio button. I'm copying and pasting this text box. Degree type text box. I can have a separate code here. I'm going to break it as if female radio button checked, this code will go inside. Okay. Fine. Separate if the statement I'm going to have. In the case of these, if BBA radio button dot checked, then degree type text box dot text equal BBA student. Okay. Else if BCom text box radio button is checked, text equal BCom student. Else is equal BSc in MIT student. So if the person clicks the BBA student, BCom student, MIT BSc, otherwise, it means otherwise, right? Or you can have the same, else if we can have, right? Else if BSc radio button dot checked, then I don't no need to have up to this point. Let's see if it works fine. So here you see you are a male and BSc student, BCom student, and BBA student. Female, BCom student, fine. You can't resize it. Go back to the design view and make it a little smaller. Save the work. Let me copy this code. And add to our code site. Apologies, why apologizing? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So with this, I would like to wind up the class. We have seen many things. So I will if the recording is successful, I will upload this video to the VLE, and you can watch them and learn. Anything to discuss? Any questions or doubts? Please ask. Any questions?
No, sir.
Others?
No, sir.
No, sir.
That's good. Okay, we will see in another class. Until then, bye bye.